Welcome grade 4. Here is your writing lesson number 4 for term 3, week 2, 2021. Your learning intention today is to be able to use capital letters correctly in uninterrupted dialogue, to be able to use correct punctuation of uninterrupted dialogue. To be successful today, you will be able to use capital letters correctly in uninterrupted dialogue. You will be able to use correct punctuation of uninterrupted dialogue. We are revising quotation marks again today. Okay, so your quotation marks need to go at the beginning and at the end of the words being spoken or the direct speech. So if we have a look at this example here, this sentence says, "Lower please," I said. The direct speech is "lower please." The quotation marks start at the beginning of the direct speech and finish at the end of the direct speech. Notice that the punctuation for that particular part of the sentence is always within inside the quotation marks. Okay, when there is a new speaker, there is a new line. Let's have a look at this example. "How are you doing today?" asked Henry. "I'm great," said Ashton. We've got two speakers here, so we start a new line each time a new speaker starts to talk. The direct speech in this sentence is, "How are you doing today?" We have the quotation marks at the beginning of the direct speech and at the end of the direct speech. Once again, the punctuation for the direct speech is always inside the quotation marks. Capital letters. Begin the direct speech with a capital letter. "What an amazing day," he announced. So once again, our direct speech is, "What an amazing day." The quotation marks start at the beginning and they finish at the end of the direct speech, and the punctuation is always inside or before the quotation marks are closed. Okay, you need to make sure your speech is correctly punctuated. This includes a piece of punctuation before closing the quotation marks. Let's have a look at this example. So the direct speech here is, "There are times I feel that you are a little cold." We have quotation marks at the beginning and at the end of the direct speech, and the punctuation inside the quotation marks. It will never be a full stop in there. It will always be a comma, a question mark, or an exclamation mark. Make sure your speech is correctly punctuated. If your direct speech is at the end of a sentence, you need to include a comma before opening the quotation marks. Charlotte glared at the boy, comma. You should be ashamed of yourself. So the direct speech here starts with the quotation marks and a capital letter and ends with the quotation marks and the punctuation inside the quotation marks. So what you need to know here is that you need a comma before you start the direct speech. Here is your task for today. You are going to be writing out these sentences and putting the quotation marks where they are supposed to be placed correctly. The punctuation is already here for you. So let's have a look at this one. "Have you seen my red coat?" asked George. The direct speech is, "Have you seen my red coat?" Make sure that this question mark is always on the inside of the quotation marks. So the quotation marks would go here after the question mark. We're going to have a look at number 6, which is a little bit of a tricky one. This one has, even though it's one sentence, has two parts of direct speech in it. The first part is, "This summer we went to the zoo," said Sam. And then the second part of the direct speech, "We went to visit Grandma." So let's have a look at how we would punctuate this sentence. So first of all, you would always have the quotation marks around the direct speech. So at the start of this sentence, this summer we went to the zoo, comma, close quotation marks. And then we've got said Sam. Then we need a comma again. And we went to visit Grandma. Now you'll notice with this second part of the direct speech, it does not need a capital letter because it's continuing on with what he said over here. Once again at the end, we've got a full stop there and the direct quotation marks there. Good luck with your task today, grade 4.